everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video, and happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Hope you guys are having a great week thus far. Monday is behind us. The week is moving along closer and closer towards the weekend, and that means closer and closer towards Halloween. Very excited about that. Not excited about Halloween being over. I love the Halloween season. It is coming to an end, but at least Halloween is this weekend. That should be fun. Trick-or-treating, parties, candy, all kinds of fun stuff. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good one. It's on a Saturday. I love that. I love when Halloween falls on a weekend. Fridays, or basically on a Friday or a Saturday. Not so much a Sunday, because who wants to go out and spend all night out and then have to go to work or school the next day? Nobody wants that. So Friday night and Saturday night, Halloweens are awesome, and I'm very excited about that. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to what I've recently picked up, some stuff I got in the mail. We're going to actually do a bit of a double feature sort of thing today. Best of both worlds. We have some stuff I picked up from Cash Converters, and we also have some unboxings I got. So we're going to do a little bit of a pickup and a little bit of an unboxing video today. Going to do some mix mashing. So let's get down to it and take a look at some stuff I recently got. So first up, here are 4 titles that I picked up from Cash Converters, a great local pawn shop in my area. And I picked this up for a total of $4. Should have been a little bit more, but luckily, once again, I got rung up by that awesome manager. The one who, for whatever reason, never bothers to charge me the correct prices. Always just charges me $1 for pretty much whatever I grab. I mean, if it's, as long as it's a DVD, if it's a Blu-ray, she charges more. But if it's a DVD, just $1. Even if clearly I have box sets, she just charges me $1. I do not know why. It's what she does. And I love when she rings me because I get awesome stuff for really, really cheap. So 2 of the things I got were actually supposed to be $5 a piece. But it's kind of ridiculous, actually. I'm glad I got them only for $1 because I'll be completely honest. I saw that she was ringing, and that's why I sort of grabbed these, because $5 a piece, I wouldn't have picked them up because they only have, I think, like 3 episodes on them a piece or something like that. I forget. It's not many episodes on these a piece, and because of that, they're really not worth, in my opinion, the $5. Well, they're worth $5 if I got them. It's weird to say. They're worth like $5 if I found them in store, but to find them at a pawn shop, it's kind of weird. I judge things weird depending on where I get them. At a pawn shop, they should have just been $1. They should have been the same price as all the other DVDs. They should not have been $5 a piece, but they were. But I got them for $1, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, let's take a look at what I got. So first up here, I picked up Malevolence. Never seen this one. The special edition release with a little bit of gook or something on it there. I got to get rid of that. Probably actually replace the entire case. The case could use some replacing. But Malevolence, I've never seen this movie. I've never heard of it. I know absolutely nothing about it, but it's a horror movie, and it's an Anchor Bay release. And I will pretty much pick up anything that's horror and Anchor Bay because it's a winning combination. Pretty much every horror movie I've ever picked up by Anchor Bay, I've at least enjoyed to some extent. So definitely had to grab this. Like I said, I've never seen it, so please leave a comment below. If you've seen this movie, let me know about it. Looking forward to checking it out. We'll see if it's any good. I like the cover art too. Very cool. Then we have Taffin. If I'm saying that correctly. Am I saying that right? Taffin? T-A-F-F-I-N? I would say Taffin. I have never seen this either, but it's a Pierce Brosnan movie from like 1988. So very, very cool. Look at his... Look at that Pierce Brosnan hair there. Love it. So I love Pierce Brosnan action movies. So definitely looking forward to checking this out. Like I said, I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. I know nothing about it. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If you've seen this movie, also leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. But for $1, I was definitely looking forward to checking this out, and I had to pick it up. So we'll see if that's any good. And then the 2 titles that should have been $5 a piece, but I got for only $1 a piece, were Volume 2 and 3 of Blade of the Immortal. So some anime here. They did not have Volume 1, but from what I could gather, from what I saw online, I only need Volume 1, and then I had the entire series. So that's really, really cool. There weren't many episodes of this series apparently put out. So very, very awesome. I just need to get Volume 1, and then I have the entire series, which is great. So like I said, they were marked at $5 a piece, but she rang me up and only charged me $1 for them, as she always does. I mean, like I said, these don't really scream box set to me when you see them in a pile, but I've had stuff that, is clearly a box set that she charges me $1 for. I do not know why, but awesome. I'm not complaining. So like I said, $5 a piece. I mean, these are brand new, factory sealed. $5 is honestly, like, not a bad deal. I feel that's kind of like where they should be. But as I said before, $5 a piece if I came across them in Walmart or something like that. But at a store that sells all their just standard DVDs for $1 a piece, these probably should have just been $1 a piece. So I felt that she charged me what actually should have been charged. sometimes it drives me nuts when, like for instance, I'll see a box set of like, let's say it's a box set of like 3 movies. They'll try to charge like $10 for that set. But if each one of those movies was not in a box set, I'd be only paying $3 a piece. So I'm basically paying all that extra money, $7 extra for like a piece of cardboard that's around the movies. It always kind of drives me nuts. I wish somebody would pay more attention to that and realize that they need to start charging things more accurately, if that makes any sense. Again, $2 total here. But if this was in a box set, they probably, if these were together with a piece of cardboard around them, making it, a box set, they probably try to charge me like $5 or something for this. So it's sort of weird how they do that. But again, these were $5 a piece. I got them for $1, but I feel that's the proper price for them anyway. So I'm quite happy with that. I love that manager who always rings me out. She is awesome. I do not know why she always only charges me $1. I just I'm at the point now where I'm pretty sure she just doesn't care. That's what I think, because she just goes, how many you got there? 4. Okay, $4. Like, she just doesn't care, and works out for me. So again, very cool. $4 total here. Should have paid a bit more. Paid less than what I should have paid for just one of these. That's awesome. All right, enough rambling on about that. Let's get into some unboxings. I spent way too long talking about that. So some unboxings now. So first thing we have here, these are already open because I already know what's inside these. First thing we have here from Listia is Kurt Cobain About a Son. Very, very cool. Looking forward to checking that out. I was a huge Nirvana junkie back in the day. Like 6th and 7th grade, I was really into grunge rock, and then 8th grade came and I got like really into punk, and I've been like super into punk and ska music like ever since. But I was really into like grunge rock, and I still listen to grunge music, alternative rock music, like Nirvana and stuff like that. I still love Nirvana. Nirvana is great, fantastic band, a band that definitely influenced me music wise when I was a kid. So I'm a huge Nirvana fan. I feel they're right up there with like, the Beatles and Elvis and stuff like that. They're like, in my opinion, one of the most influential bands of like all time. So big Nirvana fan, and love Kurt. So very, very cool. I've certainly read many books on Kurt Cobain. I've seen documentaries and all kinds of stuff on Kurt Cobain before. So how much more will this introduce? I don't already know. I'm not sure. But regardless, I look forward to checking it out. Definitely want to grab it. I remember when I heard this was coming out, I was interested in picking it up. And for free off Listia, can't complain about that. So definitely looking forward to checking it out. And very, very cool. Should be good. All right. So the next package here, this comes from Ryan Dunn. And this is awesome. Ryan actually contacted me last week on Facebook because I had mentioned in one of my videos, I think it was like last week, that I was interested in grabbing something. I said there was a movie I really wanted to grab and pick up, and I think I mentioned I should have ordered it before I left for Disney, and I didn't. And I was like, well, I gotta definitely order it now. I gotta get it. It's awesome. I really want to see it. I've been dying to see it ever since it was like announced like 2 years ago. Definitely something I gotta get my hands on. And Ryan contacts me and says, do not order that. I have an extra copy. I'm going to send you. So that is amazing. I'm so excited. But first, let's take a look at some extra goodies he threw in here. So first thing we have is a note/postcard. I love it. A 1408 postcard. That is really, really cool. I didn't even know they had those. Welcome to the Dolphin Hotel. He's been expecting you. Awesome. So, hey, CS, enjoy the movie. It's awesome. Hope you are feeling better. Your family too. God bless, Ryan. Blu-ray Lantern. Yes, we are all feeling better. I'm still a little sick, but I'm feeling better. Wife's good. Simmons Jr., he's all good and cleared up now, so we're all good. Very awesome. Then he threw in this, the Return of the Living Dead little card here. This is the card that we stuck onto the front of the DVD. Something stupid that companies are doing now. I don't get it. Instead of making cool, like, collectible artwork, they're just sticking this like in the shrink wrap and putting this on the front. It drives me nuts. Do many movies I would have rebought because the artwork was awesome if it wasn't a piece of cardboard, if it was actually, the artwork was like that, if it wasn't just the original DVD release I already owned and that you can find anywhere with just this stuck onto the front of it. I would have bought so many of them, but I'm not really buying a movie for a piece of cardboard. That's ridiculous. But this is really cool. I'm actually probably going to hang this up. This is awesome. So that's really, really cool. But again, just companies, just release cool artwork. Don't stick pieces of cardboard on the front of your movies. That's stupid. I don't like it, but I like people send me them. That's awesome. All right, then we have 4 digital copies here. First thing we have is a digital copy for Wild, which I've not seen yet. I think I just showed you yesterday or the day before, something like that recently, that I picked that movie up, but I bought it on DVD. I did not have the digital copy for it, so very cool. Now I have the Ultraviolet digital copy for a while. Looking forward to checking that out. Then we have Vendetta. Never seen that. If I Stay. Haven't seen that either. And LA Confidential. I own it, but I haven't seen it either. So 4 digital copies here I did not have. That is awesome. Really cool. All right. Now for the awesomeness that he sent me. I was so excited about this because, like I said, I really, really, really wanted to see this. I've been dying to see this ever since they announced it about, like I said, 2 years ago. This is great. We have Electric Boogaloo, the wild untold story of Cannon Films. Oh my God. Cannon is by far my all-time favorite studio. They've released some of the most amazing films. They're usually cheesy. They're usually ridiculous, but they're right up my alley. Movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 more than I like the first one. I'm a huge fan of that movie. So they've released great classics, in my opinion, like that, and just so many more fantastic movies. Just, I mean, look at the front of here. I mean, just everything from Superman, what 3 they released, He-Man Adventures of or Masters of the Universe. I guess it wasn't called He-Man, it was just called Masters of the Universe. I mean, just so many great. Cobra, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Look at all these awesomeness. So cool. Looking forward to seeing this because I've heard many stories in the past about Canon Pictures and just how they weren't exactly the best company in the world. People weren't necessarily always happy with them. They had a lot of issues and a lot of trouble. I've heard people talk about them in commentaries. I've seen people talk about them in like featurettes on like in movies that Canon put out with like cast talking about them. I've read about Canon. Very interesting company. Let's just put that. Lots of trouble. Very interesting company. And I think it's going to make for an absolutely amazing documentary. So this is going to be probably one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. I hope I'm not building up the hype in my head and have it turn out to be garbage. It's 107 minutes. That's awesome. There's no way this can be garbage. This has to be amazing. It has to be. It better be. If it's not, I'm going to flip. So can't wait to check this out. This is great. Could this technically be considered Halloween horror-thon material? I guess probably not. That's probably stretching it. But they release horror movies, right? I don't know. Maybe that's stretching it. Man, I want to watch this, like, now. I don't know if I can wait till after Halloween. Maybe I can. It's going to be difficult. I really want to see that. All right. And then this he threw in as an extra bonus. He said, hey, do you have this as well? I said, no, I do not have that set. He's like, well, I'm going to send it to you, and this is so cool. We have The Wolfman Complete Legacy Collection. These Universal Monster releases are absolutely amazing. Now, I do already have the original Universal Monster Legacy Collection releases. The original ones from like the early 2000s, like in the green packaging. They're really, really cool sets. I love them. They're great. There are some issues. The packaging is not the best. The discs are like double-sided, so there are some issues with it. But they're really, really cool sets. But these, I feel, are just so much better done. First of all, those are the Legacy Collections. This is called the Complete Legacy Collection. And what that means is these literally have every movie featuring the monsters that are featured on the front. So this literally has every single classic Universal Monster Wolfman movie. That is amazing. And I mean, what I mean by that is they have the Wolfman, they have Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, and they also include Werewolf of London and She-Wolf of London. So they include things like Frankenstein meets Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, and House of Dracula, meaning that a movie like House of Dracula, something like that, that's technically part of the Dracula franchise, that movie does feature the Wolfman. Thus, it gets put into this release here. So if you buy all, I think there's like 6 releases, if you buy all of them, you're going to get multiple movies over and over again, which I am perfectly fine with. That is so cool, in my opinion, that they did this. Because let's say you just want nothing but the Wolfman movies. You're a big Wolfman fan. You just want every Wolfman movie. You're not going to want to go out and buy all these different sets just so you have every movie featuring the Wolfman. You're going to want something like this that features all the classic Universal Wolfman movies all together in one place, even the movies that are technically part of other franchises. That is amazing, and kudos to Universal for releasing something this awesome. They could have just basically repackaged the original releases and just give you, here's all the movies from the Wolfman series, and maybe like, you know, the Abbott and Costello movie, or although in this one it's Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, so technically if they did that, it would be in the Frankenstein set. So they could have done. They could have just said, here's all the Wolfman series movies, here's all the Dracula series movies, and so on and so forth. That they very easily could have done that. It's what I expected them to do. but they went a step above and beyond and put out something this awesome. Such a cool set. Lots of great bonus features as well. I'm not sure which ones are new and which ones are old. I do not know. I'm sure some of these are new features. At least I hope some of them are. I would have to compare them to my other sets. But this, I mean, look at that. Such an awesome release. The discs are pretty cool as well, because we have awesomeness like non-flipper discs. That is great. Wolfman gets its own own disc, and then the rest of the movies are two per disc. But they're not flipper discs. I mean, this is a decent case. Like I said, the original Universal releases had flipper discs, and the cases weren't the best. Discs could very easily come loose in them. So this is an amazing set. Like I said, there are 6 of them right here. There you go. All 6. Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Mummy, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. I need to get every one of these. Even though I technically don't need these, because I already have every movie that's released in these sets, I already own in some way, in some way, whether it's my my original Universal Legacy Collection releases, or my Abbott Costello box set, or whatever. I already have all the movies, but these sets are just so cool. I want every one. So call me a dork, but I got to get every one of these. I really need to pick the other 5 sets up. These are so cool. And if you do not have any of the Universal Monster movies yet, they are fantastic. They are amazing. Some of the greatest movies ever made. These sets are definitely worth picking up. If you don't have the original Legacy Collection sets or something like that, these are worth getting because they're such well done sets. I am impressed. Again, kudos to you, Universal. These are amazing. So very, very cool. I really need to get the others 5 now. Again, I technically don't need any of these sets because I already have these movies, but I really want to rebuy these sets because they're just so awesome. I know, it's the door collector in me. I love these sets. I want all 6 of them. So, gotta get the other ones. I know I saw them for like $13, something like that at Costco. Not a bad deal, but I kind of want to pay like no more than $10 a piece for the sets because, like I said, I don't technically need them. I already have all these movies, so I kind of want to get the best price I possibly can. If you guys know where I can get these sets for like 10 a piece or less, let me know because I will run out and pick them up. So awesome. Ryan, thank you so much. Thank you and screw you for saying this to me, because thank you because it's awesome, amazing. I really want it. Screw you because now I got to get the other 5 releases. You've made me spend more money, but seriously, thank you so much. This is awesome. And this is truly amazing. I mean, you sent me some really good stuff. Thank you so much. I gotta watch this. I don't know if I can wait after Halloween. I have to watch this. I'm dying to watch this. And then also other really cool goodies here. Thank you so much. Again, free off Listia. Some Kurt Cobain. Looking forward to checking that out. And $4 total for some awesomeness from Cash Converters. And like I said, should have paid a bit more, but I got this for a total of 4. That is awesome. Thanks to the wonderful manager there who does not care about her job. So awesome. So all right, guys, there you go. That is it. Awesome stuff. Very excited about everything I got. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're not already subbed, I do a brand new video every single day. So hit that subscribe button and you will get a new video every day. Also, if you're not already over at cinemasickness.com watching this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, in the description down below, there's a link to cinemasickness.com. Click on it, head over there, check it out. There's a lot more to see there than just these videos. So, all right, guys, that is it. Again, Ryan, thank you so much for the awesomeness. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. See you then. Bye.